Hi, I'm Gideon Bohannon. I'm a Tech Dem for model making, BA Honours model making, and I'm here today to just show you a very quick demonstration on how an injection mould works. And the objects that I'm going to be casting, if you can't see clearly enough, they're going to be a pair of hands. I'll explain when I've done the cast how all of the little bits work in the mould. So to prepare the mould to start off with, all I'm going to do is just put my two halves of the mould together like this, and then take some quick clamps and put one on here just to hold the mould together, and one on here like this. So then to mix up my alginate. And the ratio that I'm going to mix this today is just over 2 to 1. So I've got a cup of water that matches with half a cup of my alginate. This is the syringe we're using today. It's just a 60 ml standard syringe. Pop the alginate into, and I'm not going to take it all the way to the top. It's going to leave a little gap. So I have to squeeze that air out, and now my syringe is loaded and ready to inject into the mould. So I'll inject a little bit of alginate down into the top, into my injection hole, then pop my syringe in, and then push. Nice and gently and slowly. This alginate is a fast set alginate, and I'm hoping, I can feel it on my hands, but I'm hoping that it's going to start to gel in a minute. My alginate has now cured. If we look in the pot where I've mixed it, it's gone nice and hard, nice and solid. So I know that my mould is ready to open up. And this is an important part. We always keep the cup that we've done our mix in, because it gives us an indication of what's going on inside our sealed mould. I'm going to start to open this. So I'll take the quick clamps off on either side, and then just gently take the syringe out. So the mould is sitting here. We can see where the material has come out through the risers. Now my mould is designed with these little gaps in the sides, and these are so that I can help prise the mould open. So we can see here where the syringe came in on the top. I use that plug there, and I injected the alginate down to the bottom. It's split into two, hit each of the bottom cavities of the hands, and then worked its way upwards. And to be honest, just looking at my little cast here, they haven't been completely successful, because I've got a couple of bubbles. There's one there on that finger and a couple there on the knuckle. So as you can see, you've got all of the detail of the mould. That's an injection mould. And if I just turn it, so now I've got the cast out, if I just turn the mould around, I can show you some of the anatomy of the mould itself. So how it works. It's probably best if I use this side here. You can see the injection point down here. I've got a channel, and when we make moulds we always think about the negative space, so the areas surrounding our actual cast. If our cast is sitting in, get that hand right, if our cast is sitting in here, we've got to have a tube that the alginate can go down. It's got to be able to flow through the cavity that we want to get our cast out of, and it needs air spaces for it to push the air out of the mould at the top, and these are usually called risers, sometimes bleed holes depending on what type of mould you've got, and that allows the air to push out in front of it, and then the cavity inside to be filled with, in this case, our alginate. So there we are. That's a very simple two-part injection mould, which I've injected today with alginate, and it's been kind of successful, but that's, you know, model making. We don't win every time. So I would want to, with my bubble problem, what I would want to do is actually clamp it a little bit more securely and just be a little bit more delicate and careful with my injecting. And hopefully we'll get a more successful cast next time.